It's time now for Anderson Speedway's Track Talk. Catch up with everything that's going on at Anderson Speedway with Rick Dawson and Gary Mong.
Show. Good evening. Welcome to Track Talk. Rick Dawson, Gary Mong. We are at the Mounds Mall Special Events Studio.
You know he sets you up every time.
No. Wade Stokes, our producer out in the cornfields of Daleville. We're at the Mounds Mall Special Events Studio this evening. Going to talk about racing for the next 30 minutes. Glad you joined us. Hope everybody's having a great day.
We have a lot of racing to talk about.
Finally.
Yeah, we did. I'm telling you, the pit was unbelievable. It was busting at the seams Saturday night. Yes, it was.
And some neat-looking cars.
Oh, my gosh.
We're going to talk about those vintage modifieds. They're pretty cool cars. But we had several races. Well, we had 5 different divisions.
Right.
We had our spring championships for the McGonigal engine late models, and we also had the spring championships for our street stock Saturday night. And the returning champion, Jack Dossey III, set fast time in what I think was a new track record, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I heard that.
What was that time, by the way?
12.839 seconds. That's pretty quick.
It is.
That's that would have qualified, if I'm not mistaken, for the Little 500.
Was really?
Yeah. So,
well, maybe we get him in a sprint car next year then.
I think that may be just a tick off of it, but that's getting down to sprint car speed. And then we had a feature for some reason. I don't know if it's just in the air or the way the moon's hitting or what, but our last 2 late model races have been exciting.
They have been exciting.
They're fun to watch if you're a fan, but if you're a competitor, it's like, what's going on?
First 28 laps were really good.
They were. And then we had an incident in turn 3 and 4 between 42 car of Jason Neal and Jeff Markham.
Yes.
I don't know exactly. I know exactly what happened. I don't exactly know what the call was, but anyway, that pretty much ended the evening for Jeff Markham. The 42 was able to continue at least from that point, and then was later involved in another incident, I believe, with Ronnie Rose.
Yes, in the same turn.
Ended his evening and ended up finishing in 7th place. But Jack Dossey III showed him the way again.
He's bound to determine he's going to repeat as champion, isn't he, this year?
Yep. And a veteran's back from Muncie, Indiana, in the 52 car, Brett Miles. He finished 2nd. Joe Woodring from Newcastle. Great to see Joe with a top 5 finish on 3rd place. Robbie Allman in 4th. And Ronnie Rose came in 5th place. There was still looking at a tech issue, so that is subject to change, but those 5 cars were running at the end and putting on a good show, even though Ronnie was involved in that incident with Jason Neal.
Right.
He was able to finish the race. So that shows the perseverance of Ronnie Rose. It's in his blood.
Yeah.
I mean, it's carried down from his dad,
who
was a wily veteran, and they kept on it, and he ended up finishing on the lead lap.
We had good field late models. We had a couple of them that had some issues during practice that weren't able to race in the evening. But 3
cars had issues.
Yes.
Danny Trent, Wes Russell, and Daryl Draper all had issues in practice and weren't able to compete. But had a good group. Looking for another good group this weekend.
Absolutely.
And in 2 weeks, especially with the PGG 100. And we'll talk about that a little later. Street Stocks, another champion.
Great field of Street Stocks, too.
Yeah, we had 18. Former champion, set fast time. That'd be the 27 of Josh Poore. And the feature, I didn't get to see any of this feature.
But it went green to checkered.
That's my favorite kind of race. Josh Poore.
He did.
Done it. Did he do it pulling away as Josh does?
Josh had maybe a straightaway lead on the field. I mean, he was pretty dominant Saturday night. But with the spring championships, how we always do the straight up, he set fast time, so he was able to start on the pole. So
that's definitely a benefit. Josh Myers was in 2nd. Calvin Parham, the defending champion, was in 3rd. No, he's not the defending champion. Is he? Was it last year? Oh, that's what I get for sleeping. Calvin's champion. I'll put that away. Third place, Willie Dehart. Good to see him up in the top 5. And Tyler Marsh, who maybe has got all the bugs and the gremlins
Let's hope so.
out, because I don't know if there's a team that's had more issues during the race as Todd and Tyler Marsh.
In the top 5, though.
Good to see him up there in the top 5. And Nick Warner was right there behind him in 6th place.
Yes. So that was our 2 spring championship winners. Street stocks was Josh Poor and Jack Dossey III in the late models.
And you can go to our website and get all this information and the updated points. We then had, or we didn't then, but next on the list was the Legends. We had 13 of those strong. Zach Miller set fast time, and Josh Dietz won the heat race. And was there only one heat race?
No, there was 2. I don't know why the other one's not posted up there, but there was 2 heat races.
Huh. Well, Zach Miller ended up winning the feature. Ryan Miller was second.
Those are brothers.
2 red cars, weren't they?
Yes, they were the brothers.
And I'm told that was a really great race.
It was
seen
a great
the last
race.
few laps of it. That got kind of, when you have a caution towards the end of the race, it just causes chaos.
I guess Zach is the younger brother of Tyler, so I guess he was kind of rubbing it in at the winner's circle there that he got to be his older brother.
Josh Dietz was 3rd, and John Robbins, champion, was in 4th, and Doug Duggar was in 5th place. We had the CSR Mini Cups come over. Most of these folks are from Illinois. They come over 2 or 3 times a year. Great group of folks.
Yes.
They have a lot of fun, love our racetrack. And we had a young lady set fast time, Amanda Bond.
Yes.
Is that how you say that? Noah Eisenhower won the first heat.
And by the way, Noah is 9 years old. When he came crawling out of that car, I'm like, wow. I said, how old are you? He said 9.
I think I came on the radio and told you to tell him to stand up.
Yeah. And then the next one that won the second heat, the gentleman that won the second
Jamie
heat.
Domsky.
He got out of the car, and of course he's a lot older. I says, well, you're older than 9. He says, yeah, much older.
Well, then we had the feature, and the young lady showed the way, Amanda
She did.
Bond.
Great little racer. Great gal. Did a great interview. She did a good job. But for her to get out there, I think she's won once before there, if I'm not mistaken, at Anderson Speedway.
Good for her. And thanks to those folks for coming up and supporting us. Then we had a neat new division. I haven't had as many comments about a division as I did with these vintage modifieds as I have in a long time. The VROA vintage modifieds. Most of these folks are from Michigan, Upper Michigan. They race in a lot at Berlin Speedway up Grand
That's kind of what they
Rapids.
told me was Berlin's kind of their somewhat home track, I guess.
But I think they race over in Wisconsin and
Yes.
even in Canada some. But they brought, I think, 14 cars, which was great. And these are neat. They kind of look like, I'm not sure what
they have
look
to be. Somebody told me, because I asked them, it has to be at least it has to be a 1948
body.
Original. Yes.
Yes, or older.
Yes.
And
they were.
We had a heat race. A gentleman by the name of Lauren Peterson won the first heat. Tom Boersma won the second heat. And Tom Boersma won the feature. Tell me about the feature. I didn't get to see it.
Again, it was green to checkered, which talking to them down there at the start-finish line when it was over with, they said, this is great. Usually we kind of have issues when we run at other tracks, but to go green to checkered, they said that was a first time for them in a long time, so they were proud of themselves that they were able to do that. But it was a great race. They put on a good show. I think they were a little tentative, only because they're at a new track, not used to the banks. But after talking to them down there in the infield, they said, wow, they absolutely had a ball, because they're used to being more on flat tracks than they are on the bank tracks, and they loved the banked speedway.
As I recall, there's not much banking up at Berlin.
Right.
And I was really surprised. Usually when you get a new division in like that, they don't know the setups and have the wrong gears or whatever, and you have some that blow up and a lot of issues. But these guys got it down pretty quick.
We had one incident in a heat race, and that was it.
And I talked to several of them before and after the race, and they want to come back as many times as they can.
And I think we won them back.
Yeah, did a great job. That was last Saturday night. The weather was great. Finally, looks like we're going to have more of the same this weekend. So
nice
it's going to be a little warmer, but
I'll
makes
take
it
warm.
even better. Yeah, me too. Especially after a little 500 week that Wednesday I just was doing reports today. I see 50 and cold.
Is that what it ended up being that day?
That's what it was.
Oh,
That's
my.
the high.
Oh, my. Yeah, it was chilly that day.
We have a big night coming up this Saturday night. It's Military Appreciation Night at Anderson Speedway. It's presented by our good friends at Double T Leather, and we're going to talk a lot more about that after the break. But if you're active duty or a veteran of any of the U.S. Armed Services, bring some kind of ID, if you're a veteran, your American Legion card or
Right.
something like that. Just prove to us that you served our country, and you get to watch the races for free this Saturday night.
Great.
Along with our active duty servicemen. It's the least we can do for all they do for us.
Yes.
And we're going to treat you to some great racing, too. The CRA Late Model Sportsmen are going to be there. The CRA Street Stocks, always exciting when we have
Both
CRA
running
there.
75 lap features.
And the Mel Kenyon Midgets, so a little bit of everything this Saturday night. And also, if you get there early, from 3 to 5 o'clock, out in front of the pavilion, we're setting up the ring again.
Uh-oh.
Rikishi,
I know where you'll be.
Rikishi is going to be there. We're going to have championship wrestling, prelude to our big Labor Day weekend show. This Saturday, we're going to open the gates at 2, a little early. One price gets you in to watch the wrestling and the races that evening. The wrestling matches will be from 3 to 5 on Saturday out in front of the pavilion.
Last time they were there, I had more fun watching you.
Oh, my gosh. It's a blast.
You did have a good time.
Ronnie Dice Vegas is the promoter for this group. A great guy, do a lot of charity work. And they put on one heck of a show. It's entertainment at its finest. So get out to the track between 3 and 5 o'clock Saturday, and you're going to see some great
You said
wrestling.
you're doing the charity thing. That's one of those things maybe we look at next year, little 500 week.
Wrestling?
Yeah. You got the crowd built in.
No, we'll do it at the Speedway. They actually did have an event as part of the festival this year at
Oh,
Greg's
that's right.
Pizza.
Yes.
And raised, I understand that was on May the 30th. That was the Saturday that the storms were early, and then they came through real hard late, but they were able to get it in. And I think Missy Baginski told me they raised upwards of $3,000 for those young ladies that had been afflicted by a terrible disease. And so that's a great deal. I mean, these are good people. I mean, there's some shysters in the market, especially in the entertainment industry, but these guys are real. I mean, they're big, they're muscular. They do.
And they put on a good show.
They put on a good show, but they're also good human beings too, and that's the kind of people we like to be associated with.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
So, what do you want to talk
but
about?
I'm not going to wrestle.
I know what's going to happen. One of these times, I'm going to get caught up in the moment. It's kind of like Saturday.
Yeah,
it wasn't
tell about that real quick, what you did Saturday.
It wasn't real warm out, but it was for a good cause across the street at the Ball Diamond. The Sutherland family were doing a fundraiser for their brother that has been stricken by a pretty bad health situation and was needing some help, and they had a dunk tank. And guess who got in it? And I was doing pretty good until Larry Sutherland, who's picking up the balls, as the folks put it, accidentally hit the button. And it was cold. Let me tell you, they filled that thing up with the hose Saturday morning, and you remember the sun didn't come out until the evening. It was cold. And then that little boy that was thrown out, he was okay, but he just couldn't throw it hard enough to pop it. But he had been there before, and soon he threw his last ball, ran up and pushed the bullseye. So we raised some money for a well-needed cause, and that's what it's all about.
You're exactly
so
right.
We had a lot of fun doing it, and you're going to have a lot of fun this Saturday. Come out to the track and watch this championship wrestling.
Yes.
And don't forget, all of our military personnel, both active and retired, you get in free this weekend. We want to honor you for all you've done for us. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to our good friend Butch from Double T Leather, talking about another event going on before the races this Saturday night, and a little bit more about racing around the area. You're listening to Anderson Speedway's Track Talk. We will be right back.
When I was a boy, we had family pitch-in dinners on Sunday, so I knew on Saturdays Mom would be in the kitchen baking pies, and especially sugar cream pies. I will never forget pulling a chair up to the table. I always turned the chair around back so I could perch on my knees while watching Mom take her fingers and flute the pie crust. You know, that little squiggly thing all the way around. And of course, after the pies were baked, we would beg and plead with Mom, only to have her put her foot down and say, nope, we were not going to get any pie until everybody came by tomorrow. But on Sunday at the family gathering, that first bite of pie was always worth the wait. Mom's a little older now, but that doesn't mean we can't enjoy freshly made sugar cream pies together. Now, instead of Mom making them, I pick up a Wix sugar cream pie. They use simple, fresh ingredients because of Wix rigid freshness standards. The wholesomeness and taste of their pies is better than Mom's. But don't tell her I said that. Now you can pick up a Wix sugar cream pie at most of your local grocery stores. Just look for them in the frozen dessert aisle. I'm Brownie, and I can honestly say about Wix pies, you don't just eat them, you enjoy them.
Heart attack? Stroke? Serious injury. A sudden health crisis can happen to anyone, at any time. So when bad things happen, choose good people. St. Vincent Anderson Regional Hospital has the area's most advanced emergency care, with a state-designated Level 3 trauma center, an internationally accredited chest pain center for heart attack patients, and advanced certification for primary stroke care. We have all the resources to deliver the care you need for any serious or life-threatening emergency. St. Vincent Anderson Regional is the only emergency department in the area with an on-site helicopter. And our $27 million state-of-the-art surgery pavilion opens later this year. Bad things can happen to anyone. Thankfully, good people are ready to help. Choose emergency care from St. Vincent Anderson Regional, the spirit of caring. Visit stvincent.org/Anderson Regional to learn more.
Honey, stop! Oh my gosh, that's Diggity's back there.
You mean the new Diggity's Frozen Treat Factory?
I heard it's unbelievable. Everybody's talking about it. They have everything yummy.
Yeah, I heard they have ice cream, yogurt, custard, sorbet.
And gelato, plus fruit smoothies, and that's just the beginning.
I heard Diggity's has over 250 toppings, not 30 or 40 like those other places, and you can even get the candy to go separately.
We can eat outside on their huge patio by the fire, too.
Okay, let's see. Frozen yogurt, ice cream, custard, sorbet, and gelato with 250 toppings, or a plain old frozen yogurt shop with limited toppings?
Diggity's it is!
Diggity's wants to cater your event. Diggity's can set up at your event inside or out and provide delicious smoothies, frozen cappuccinos, candies, and frozen treats to your guests. Diggity's is perfect for weddings, company picnics, group outings, sporting events, festivals, you name it, just call Diggity's. 765-393-0033 today for more information.
MoFab Incorporated, where imagination is the only limitation. We serve residential, commercial, industrial, and municipal customers as your metals warehouse and fabrication center. We do all types of fabrication using the latest technology with unmatched speed, accuracy, and durability on any substrate. Our ornamental division handles all types of interior and exterior work, including rails, fences, gates, and more. So contact us at mofabbing.com to fabricate your dreams of tomorrow today.
Tired of feeling like chum in a Shark Tank? At Auto Farms McLaughlin Ford in Middletown, you'll feel like more than a number on their bottom line. Sure, we're in sales, but we're not salesmen. No high-pressure tactics, no haggling over prices. You're in charge. You're in the driver's seat. Bottom line, if we can't beat the price by at least $250, we'll give you $25 for giving us a chance. So pull out your phone, bring us a quote, whatever you have to do, we'll beat it. If you're at Auto Farms McLaughlin Ford in Middletown, you're at the right place.
This program is a presentation by Anderson Speedway. The content contained in this program is that of the host and guests, and not this station.
Hello, little Bruce Springsteen. No.
Yep, but I'm trying to think of the name of the song.
I'll let you think for a little bit, and then I'll tell you. You can't think the name of that song?
It's right on the tip of my tongue, but I want to say something American.
Talking about other CRA's series has been dormant for the last couple of weeks because of weather and whatnot. But
glory days.
There you go.
Sorry, I had to finally get it.
This Saturday night, the CRA Sportsman Late Models and the Street Stocks are going to be in action at Anderson Speedway. A week from tonight, if you can take the day off, travel up to Berlin Speedway in just outside Grand Rapids, Michigan, and watch the Rowdy 251.
That should be good.
With the CRA Super Series.
Now that's the first of the Triple Crown with that?
It is the first of the. We are the second leg with the Redbud Stoops Freightliner Redbud 300 coming up next month.
Yes.
So
be here for you know it.
Yes, it is. Actually, we're meeting tomorrow with Gerald and the folks at Stoops to firm down the plans for another big show at Anderson Speedway. On the line with me right now, or with us, I guess I'll include you in the conversation.
Well, thank you.
We have Butch from Double T Leather. Butch, how you doing this evening, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, bud. How you guys doing?
Doing great. Tell us what's going on this Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, the 13th, we're having a ride from our shop, and it's for we're doing it for the Marion Cemetery for the veterans up there that have passed on, and it's going to be a real good ride. We're going to go to Greenfield and New Knightstown, go up to Camac and Acceleration Power Sports, and then that night we're headed out to Anderson Speedway and having a good old time out there the rest of the night.
That sounds like fun. And all the riders, I understand they get a free ticket to the race, and they're going to take a ride around the track too.
That's right. We're going to go around the track, and they get to be in the racetrack the whole night. And but the Anderson Speedway has really taken care of us and the veterans, and I'm really thankful and proud of what they do for the community too.
Well, we appreciate that, and Double T Leather's a great partner out at the Speedway. They sponsor our motorcycle parking lot.
Good.
How appropriate.
There you go.
But tell us a little bit about what you do up at the cemetery at Marion with these, where these funds go, and what do they use them for, Butch?
Okay. We are the only cemetery in Indiana that has the state has let Marion put solar lights on each one of the headstones, and that's what we're trying to do is raise money for that. They've got over 10,000 military headstones out there, and as of last year, they only had enough solar lights for like a little over, I think it was like 33,000 or 3,500 lights for the headstones. So we're trying to help that out. Got involved in this, and I know I always try to do something every year for veterans. And I thought to myself, last year and everything else they was doing this, and I thought to myself that I want to do something for the veterans that have made us safe and kept our country, safe and everything else. And even though they've passed on, I still want to recognize them. And
absolutely. How many years have you done this ride now?
This is my first year doing this ride. And we went on one last year. A group put on a ride and everything else, and I liked it. I enjoy it, and it's just fun, and it just kind of puts, like talking now with the fallen veterans and stuff like that. To me it gets kind of emotional a little bit.
There you go.
We if it plans out and works out real good, we plan on doing it again next year and just keep on going. I always tried to do something different for veterans and everything else, but if this works out for the cemetery up there, I think this is great, and we'll just keep on going until we get things done for them.
I guess if I could ask you, are you a veteran yourself?
Yes. 4 years in the Marine Corps.
There you go.
Well, thank you for that. But let's talk a little bit about Double T Leather. What do you sell it over there?
We sell biker apparel. We sell anything from leather jackets to gloves, fringes, sunglasses. We even got ladies' boy shorts. We just got in this year selling boots and ladies' footwear and men's footwear, T-shirts, And we sell Lucas oil now and cleaning products, and it's just anything that we can figure. We always try to add something new all the time. There.
That's great. Well, hey, maybe Gary can go over. You can go get your new set of chaps that you've been looking for.
Thanks.
There you go.
Where are you all located at, Butch?
3320 Columbus Avenue here in Anderson. It's right on the corner where the old Nicholson File used to be.
Absolutely. I know exactly where that's at. Do you offer any military discounts or layaways?
Our layaways are 90 days. We don't care what you put down. We've even had people only have $1 or $2, and we'll put it in layaway for them, 90 days. And if you can't get it out in 90 days, we don't keep the money. What we do is we just give you an in-store credit, and whatever you put down and can't afford to get it all out, you got an in-store credit for the amount that you have put in for the layaway. Military, through the year, we give 10% off on any leather product in the store for military. Sometimes when we do things and everything else, for the military, if they got an ID card and everything else from the military, we will try to see, and sometimes we even go to 15 to 20% for that day only.
That's fantastic. Well, Butch, I really appreciate you taking the time this evening, and thank you so much for what you're doing for our veterans, and we're looking forward to having a fun time Saturday.
Oh, yeah, we're looking real forward to it. We're some of the guys here that's helped me put the ride on. We're over here now discussing Saturday and everything else, and we're looking forward to it. And like I said, Rick, we want to thank you, too, for everything you do and helping taking care of us.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure. Mm-hmm. We'll see you Saturday, Butch.
Okay, buddy. All right. Thank you, Butch.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. That's Butch with Double T Leather over on Columbus Avenue. Go support those folks. We're going to have fun. We're going to have motorcycles. We got championship wrestling. We got CRA street stocks and late models and Kenyan midgets. You're going to be wore out emotionally time the nights are because we're going to have so much fun. Military Appreciation Night. Day afternoon this Saturday at Anderson Speedway. Gates open at 2. Wrestling starts at 3 o'clock, and we'll go until 5. Then the cars practice, and we will have the CRA Sportsman Late Models in a 75-lap feature, the CRA Street Stock in a 75-lap feature, and the Mel Kenyon Midgets all on tap. And speaking of the Mel Kenyon Midgets, if you look at the results of the Little 500 the last, 2 or 3 years, look at the top 5 or 6 each year finishers and see where they started racing. You'll find out the Mel Kenyon Midgets. So you are I'm guaranteeing you're watching future. Not, I mean, they're champions now, but you're watching future champions of the Payless Little 500 presented by UAW GM on the track this Saturday night at Anderson Speedway.
Can't hardly wait.
You can't?
Can't wait. And then
I know how giddy you get during the winter.
I know. But I mean, it's going to be a good, exciting show this weekend with all the other stuff going on top of it.
Congratulations. Oh, and this, I need to announce, just made this change. Friday night, we do have an open practice this Friday night. Gates open at 4. We'll practice from 5 to 8. I should have said that at the top of the show, but don't forget to come out and see us. Hello, Aunt Jenny.
Hello, Aunt Jenny.
Glad you joined us this evening. We appreciate you taking the time to listen to us on Anderson Speedway's Track Talk. For Gary Mong, I'm Rick Dawson. Have a great week, and we'll see you at the track.